You know what's insane? In Germany and Austria, if a company wants to hire from outside the country, they often have to prove they actually tried to hire their own people first. Imagine that. Imagine a government looking at corporations and saying, no, you don't get to skip over your own workforce just because somebody overseas is cheaper or easier to control. Meanwhile, here in America, corporations get tax breaks, subsidies, bailouts, infrastructure, legal protections, military protection of trade routes, access to the greatest consumer market on earth, and then turn around and tell Americans, sorry, we just can't find talent. No, what you mean is, you can't find talent willing to work 80 hours a week while being underpaid and disposable. There's a difference. And before people start screaming xenophobia, no, this is not about hating immigrants. Most H1B workers are hardworking people trying to survive and build a better life. The real problem is the system itself. The system was designed in a way that gives corporations leverage over everybody. The American worker, the foreign worker, everybody except the executives and shareholders. Because when a worker's visa is tied to a company, that worker becomes easier to pressure, easier to overwork, easier to silence, easier to underpay, and corporations know it. That's why this entire conversation needs to shift away from Americans versus immigrants and toward workers versus corporate exploitation. If you are an American corporation benefiting from American taxes, American infrastructure, American consumers, American laws, American military protection, and American economic privilege, then your first obligation should be to the American workforce. Period. And if you truly cannot find qualified workers, fine, then prove it. Show us how long the position was posted, what salary you offered, how many Americans applied, how many were interviewed, why they were rejected, whether you trained internally, whether you invested in apprenticeships, whether you partnered with universities, whether you created pathways for veterans, younger workers, or career switchers. Because right now, too many corporations want the reward of being American without the responsibility of investing in Americans. And here's where people need to grow a spine. If a corporation continuously bypasses the domestic workforce while simultaneously receiving massive tax advantages from the American people, then those tax privileges should disappear. You don't get to offshore loyalty while cashing in on patriotism. You don't get to wave the flag in commercials while treating American workers like replaceable line items on a spreadsheet. You don't get